Why do the stupid things people say or do still get under your skin? You tell yourself it's not worth it, yet your chest tightens, your jaw clenches, and there it is, anger again. This isn't about massive betrayals. It's the little things. The careless tone, the dismissive shrug, the mindless comment that ruins your morning. You didn't ask for this fight, but now your peace is gone, stolen by someone who probably doesn't even realize what they've done. Let's get one thing clear. Their stupidity is not your responsibility. And yet, when you react, they control you. Not because they're powerful, but because you handed over your power. That ends now. You're here because you want to stop getting angry at things that don't deserve your energy. You want control, not over the world, but over your response to it. That's strength. That's clarity. That's freedom. The ancient thinkers believed that no one can hurt you unless you give them permission. Today, we're bringing that mindset into your modern life. You'll learn how to keep your mind calm even when the world acts foolishly. You'll discover how to respond like a man in command, not a man pulled by every little trigger. You're not alone. Every strong man fights this battle. So if you're tired of losing to nonsense, this is your moment. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to reclaim their peace. Let's begin. 1. Recognize the pattern before it controls you. You don't explode because of that one dumb comment. You explode because it's the 50th dumb comment, and you never saw the build-up. That's the trap most men fall into. You think you're reacting to this moment, when in reality, you've been carrying invisible weight all week. Silent frustrations at work, disrespect at home, a delayed flight, a careless remark. You brush it off, again and again. Until one more stupid thing pushes you over the edge. Boom, you snap. But here's the truth. The anger didn't come from nowhere. It followed a pattern, and you missed the signs. That's why awareness is the first line of defense. Anger isn't random, it's rehearsed. You've practiced it day after day by letting little things slide without resolving them. And when you finally react, it's not strength, it's overflow. You weren't in control, you were leaking. And every time you explode at something unworthy, you reinforce that loop. Frustration, silence, pressure, outburst, guilt. That cycle will keep spinning until you name it, track it, and break it. Picture your mind like a dam. When you ignore small leaks, pressure builds beneath the surface. You don't see the cracks, but they're there. Then one day, a feather touches the wall, and it bursts. It wasn't the feather. It was the fault line you never checked. So, how do you stop getting angry at stupid things? Start here. Identify your triggers before they own you. Track your patterns like a strategist. When do you lose your patience the most? Is it during traffic, meetings, mornings with the kids, or a specific tone your partner uses? Write it down. Don't assume you'll remember. You won't. Self-awareness isn't passive, it's tactical. It's the difference between a man who reacts and a man who leads. But here's where most guys get it wrong. They say, I'm just short-tempered, like it's carved in stone. That's an excuse, not an identity. Anger isn't who you are, it's a pattern you've let repeat. And the Stoics had a word for that. Slavery. Not to a person, to your impulses. A man who can't hold his tongue when provoked is a man being ruled. And that's not power. That's weakness wrapped in noise. So flip the switch. Instead of trying to control the outside world, start observing your inner responses. Look for the moment your body shifts, the tension in your shoulders, the quick breath, the clench of your jaw. That's your cue. Breathe. Step back. Don't let the trigger pull you. You're not a puppet. You're a builder. And every time you interrupt the pattern, even once, you lay the first brick of emotional control. You want to stop getting angry at stupid things? Then stop letting stupidity surprise you. Expect it. Prepare for it. Recognize it. And when it shows up, don't flinch, smile, because now you're in charge, not your emotions, not their nonsense, just you, solid, grounded, unshaken. Track your triggers. Don't give your power away. 2. Understand what you're really angry at. It's not the spilled coffee. It's not the slow driver. It's not the tone your coworker used. What ignites your anger isn't what's in front of you. It's what's already inside you. Most men don't realize this because we're wired to react, not reflect. But when you explode over something small, it's not about the thing. It's about what it represents. Disrespect, loss of control, buried pressure, unmet expectations. That's the real battle. That's the storm under the surface. Anger is rarely honest. It shows up wearing the wrong name tag, pointing fingers at whoever's nearby. But deep down, it's often shame dressed as rage, or fear masked as frustration. You don't yell at the broken remote. You yell because your day's been spiraling. Your patience is on its last thread, and life feels like it's slipping out of your hands. You don't snap at your wife because she forgot to pick up something. You snap because your job's eating you alive, and no one seems to notice how much you're carrying. That's what Stoic thinkers understood. Emotions aren't enemies, but they lie when left unexamined. So pause. Ask yourself, what am I really angry at right now? Is it this moment, or everything that's been piling up behind it? Most men confuse anger with strength, thinking a raised voice means power. It doesn't. Real power is naming the truth beneath the noise. It's spotting that what you're calling stupidity in others is actually frustration in yourself. The Stoics believe that if you don't master your emotions, they'll master you, and they won't even be honest about it. You'll walk around barking at the world, thinking you're tough, when you're actually triggered. Think about it like pressure building in a boiler. If you don't release it, even a small tap will set it off. That's what's happening in your daily life. You bottle things up, disrespect from your boss, a feeling of failure as a provider, the grind of always having to be the strong one. And then something minor lights the fuse. You explode, and it seems stupid after. But it wasn't stupid. It was predictable. Because you never dealt with what's under the surface. Stop blaming the spark. Fix the fuel. That means journaling what actually bothers you, not what you pretend bothers you. That means checking in with your stress levels, not masking them with sarcasm or anger. And that means choosing clarity over reaction. You're not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're weak if you let those feelings dictate your actions without challenge. Be the kind of man who investigates his own mind, not one who lashes out blindly. Next time you feel that fire rising, don't suppress it, but trace it. Dig into what it's really trying to tell you. Because when you name the real trigger, you take back control. And that's when anger stops being a prison and becomes a message. Don't just feel it, decode it, then move forward on your terms. 3. Stop taking things personally. 80% of the things that hurt you were never meant to. That email your boss sent, he's drowning in deadlines. The silent treatment from your wife, she's processing something deeper. The guy who cut you off in traffic, he didn't even see you. Most of the slights you feel are echoes of your own expectations. When you make everything about you, you give your peace away, cheaply. That's not strength. That's emotional slavery. Anger festers when you attach your worth to every word, every tone, every glance. It's like walking around with open wounds and blaming the world for brushing past you. But a man who masters himself doesn't need every gesture to be gentle. He doesn't crumble because someone didn't say good morning. He doesn't rage because someone raised their voice. He knows who he is, and that's enough. The Stoics had a name for this kind of strength. Apatheia, not indifference, but self-command. The power to remain unmoved by things beyond your control. Not cold, but controlled. Here's where most men go wrong. They treat every minor slight like a personal attack. Their ego is so fragile it flinches at shadows. One complaint at work and they spiral. One misunderstanding at home and they explode. But your emotions don't need to be at the mercy of every word someone else says. Let them talk. Let them act. You're not here to react. You're here to lead. Yourself first. Imagine a boulder in the middle of a rushing river. The water pounds against it all day, but the rock doesn't flinch. It doesn't take it personally. That's who you become when you stop interpreting everything through the lens of offense. That's who you become when you realize most people are projecting their pain, not targeting yours. It's not about you. It never was. Now apply this. Next time someone snaps at you, don't respond. Breathe. Watch. Ask yourself, what's really going on here, and does it have anything to do with me? Most of the time it won't. Track these moments. Log them if you must. You'll see a pattern. And once you do, you stop being the victim of invisible battles that were never yours to fight. Self-control isn't silence. It's knowing when silence is power. It's choosing not to swing at every pitch thrown your way. And when you stop reacting to every jab, you start responding with presence. That's the shift from being ruled by emotions to being led by clarity. So don't internalize everything. That's how boys live. But men know what to absorb and what to ignore. Practice it daily. When someone talks down to you, pause. When a stranger is rude, smile. Not because you're weak, because you're unshakable, because you know your value. Don't let noise control your mind. Don't let offense steal your day. Stop taking things personally and start taking responsibility for how you respond. That's where your real power begins. 4. Ask, will this matter in 5 days? Your brain exaggerates small problems when you're stressed. That email your coworker forgot to reply to, the way someone cuts you off in traffic, the offhand comment your wife made at dinner. Suddenly it's not just a moment, it's war. Your mind spins stories, feeds emotions, and before you know it, you're reacting like a fuse just got lit. But here's a truth most men overlook. Not everything deserves your energy, and almost nothing deserves your peace. When pressure builds, your nervous system scans for threats, even when there aren't any. So what happens? You treat an inconvenience like an insult. A delay is a disrespect. You go from steady to snappy over things that won't even cross your mind by next week. That's the trap, and the mind loves dragging you into it. So here's a weapon, a simple question. One that slices through the noise. Will this matter in 5 days? Not 5 years, just 5 days. Because if it won't, it's not worth the spike in blood pressure. Not worth the silent treatment you give your wife. Not worth dragging a bad mood into your next meeting. You're a man, not a puppet controlled by petty things. Most men lose hours, even days, replaying things that don't move the needle. A missed call, a rude cashier, a sarcastic comment. They let it take space in their head, hijack their attention, poison their tone with their kids, all over something that, in the grand scheme, means absolutely nothing. You have to train your perspective. Like training your body, it doesn't happen overnight. But start asking this question. Will this matter in 5 days? Every time you feel heat rising in your chest, you'll find that most things don't even pass the 5-minute test. And when something does matter, you'll face it like a man. Calm, grounded, controlled. This isn't passivity. This is power. You're not ignoring problems. You're choosing which ones deserve your fire. Because the man who burns over everything eventually burns out. And the man who knows what to let go of walks through storms untouched. When your brain starts spinning stories, stop and zoom out. Picture yourself a week from now. Will you even remember this moment? Will it have changed anything? If the answer is no, walk away. Shift your focus. Protect your peace. And if it will matter, then handle it. Not with rage, but with reason. Your energy is currency. Don't spend it on trash. So next time that itch of anger shows up, pause. Breathe. Ask the question, will this matter in 5 days? Make that question your armor. Make it a habit. That's how you stop getting angry at stupid things. That's how you earn back your control. That's how you lead. 5. Pause before you react. Anger is often a reflex, not a decision. You don't choose it, it just shows up, slams the door, and takes over the room. 1 second you're calm, the next you're snapping at your coworker, slamming your fist on the steering wheel, or shutting down on your wife for saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. That's not strength. That's surrender. And you know it. The problem isn't that you feel anger. You're human. The problem is that most men never install a gap between the trigger and the reaction. They fire off like a faulty machine, letting their emotions run the show. You can't afford that. Not if you want to lead, not if you want to be respected, and not if you want peace. You need space. A fraction of a second where the heat rises and you don't move. That space is where your power lives. It's not about suppressing how you feel. It's about owning it, then choosing how to act. That's the mark of a strong man. Not the loud one in the room, the one who holds the line, the one who doesn't let emotion dictate action. Imagine your mind like a loaded weapon. Every time someone presses your buttons, your hand moves toward the trigger. But you, the disciplined version of you, you don't fire. You hold, you breathe. You see the situation as it is, not through the fog of rage. That pause is not a weakness, it's control. And control is rare. Control makes you dangerous, in the best way. The average guy lashes out, then apologizes. Says things he doesn't mean, does damage he didn't intend, all because he didn't learn to pause. So the next time something hits you sideways, a disrespectful comment, a stupid mistake, a delay that throws your whole schedule off, stop, count to 3, Clench your fist if you need to. Breathe through your nose, keep your mouth shut, then respond. Or choose not to. Either way, you decide. Not your anger. That pause is what separates boys from men. The boys react. The men calculate. The boys lose jobs, ruin dinners, damage relationships over something they could have walked past. The men stay steady. Stoics knew this. They trained themselves not to be emotionless, but unshakable. They believed emotions are data, not commands. And so should you. There's nothing soft about pausing. In fact, it takes more strength to hold back than to explode. It's easy to yell. It's harder to stay composed when every part of you wants to lash out. But that's the moment that builds you. Every time you pause, you sharpen your discipline. You grow your edge. You reclaim your power. So install the pause. Make it your go-to move. Next time you feel the spike, don't move. Don't talk. Don't react. Own the moment. Train your reflexes to wait. Then, and only then, act with purpose. That's how you stop getting angry at stupid things. That's how you lead yourself. 6. Set boundaries to prevent frustration. You're not angry because people are too much. You're angry because your boundaries are too vague. When you let everyone walk in and out of your emotional space unchecked, don't be surprised when someone trashes it. Think about your time, your energy, your attention. How much of it is leaking out because you never made it clear where the line is? We expect others to just know what's acceptable, but clarity isn't their job, it's ours. And men who don't define their standards end up reacting instead of leading. Boundaries aren't fences to keep people out, they're filters to keep your sanity in. A man without boundaries is like a soldier without armor. He feels everything, absorbs every blow, and eventually breaks. You say yes to work you hate, engage in conversations that drain you, tolerate behavior that grinds you down, and then wonder why you explode over the smallest thing. That explosion isn't random. It's a buildup of every small thing you allowed because you were afraid of seeming too rigid or selfish. But guess what? Being passive doesn't make you kind. It just makes you frustrated. And nobody respects a man boiling beneath his smile. The Stoics knew this. They didn't control others. They mastered their own limits. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste time trying to please fools. Epictetus didn't beg for approval. They knew where they ended and the world began. That's power. And that power starts when you say, this is what I accept. This is what I don't. No drama, no debate, just discipline. Let's bring it closer to home. That coworker who always dumps last-minute work on you? They do it because you never said no. That friend who makes snide comments at dinner? You laugh it off instead of calling it out. That client who calls at 10 p.m.? You answer because you're more afraid of losing the deal than losing yourself. That's not strength. That's surrender. And every time you fold, you lose a piece of your peace. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude. It's about being real. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. You don't need to argue. You don't need to yell. You need to be firm. I won't take calls after 6. Don't talk to me that way. That's not my responsibility. Short, clear, final. Because every boundary you set is a line you draw in the sand, and every line you defend builds your emotional discipline. So stop blaming others for stepping over lines you never drew. Don't expect stupid behavior to stop on its own. Expect yourself to stop tolerating it. Frustration fades when clarity rises. If something keeps making you angry, don't vent about it. Limit it. Resentment is a signal. Use it, track it, then build your rule. Your sanity is built on your standards. Your peace is not their job, it's your boundary. So draw the line and don't flinch. 7. Use humor as a pressure release valve. When you can laugh at stupidity, you've already won. Not because the situation changes, but because you do. Anger shrinks when humor enters the room. You're not dodging the problem, you're disarming it. See, most men walk through life like ticking bombs. One dumb comment, one ridiculous email, one clueless driver away from detonation. But humor isn't a weakness, it's weaponized emotional control. Let's be clear, you're not laughing because what happened was okay. You're laughing because you've decided your peace matters more than their nonsense. That's power. Stoics knew this well. They didn't waste time trying to change the circus. They just refused to become clowns in it. The modern man, especially one carrying pressure from his job, his family, and the weight of expectation, can't afford to lose his mind over things that don't deserve it. and nothing cuts